Hi again, this is Frederick, and this is a very brief video showing how to use the updated version of Greenlist. It's a Greenlisted version 2.0 that we're very happy about and gonna release soon. In this, as previously, we have 4 different boxes. You start with the first one, you select your library. We've updated it with a couple of new ones. As previously, you find information here about the references, etc. Then you go to your and information about the library. Then you go to your input of symbols. I'm gonna remove myself. And here's probably the biggest update so far, which is the synonyms version here. Previously, we only have direct matches or partial matches. But we realized that one of the biggest challenges with the first version of this was that you oftentimes could use gene names that are not standard or that are not necessarily used by the same library. So there was always this instance where you had inputted genes that weren't found. Now we try to solve this. As you can see, in many of these libraries, you can also find non-targeting controls. So I'm going to add that here just to make that point. And then if you press update here, you see that Greenlisted only found 2 out of 5 of these ones. It didn't find these ones. But if you then switch on the synonyms here, you see that it identifies that IL-4 receptor is found in here, and it's a synonym for CD124 that was inputted. So now it finds all of these 5. Then we go to ranking, where you sort of pick how many guides you want per gene, and of course you can't get more than it's actually in there. So for Gatinara library, there's only 2 guide RNAs per gene. This is one of these very compact libraries. But since we choose negative control over this 1,000, we might consider that we want to limit this to, let's say, 10 or something, just for making the point. Sequence modifications, trims is for very special use. You're likely not going to need that, but adapter sequences is very important because, of course, this is what you use for cloning purposes. And that's one of the reasons for why you would use Greenlisted, that you very easily get these sort of combined sequences, as you can see here. Then you go to the run part, and here you can give it a name if you want, the date, the project, etc. Not needed if you don't want to. Then you press run, and as you can see, it goes very fast. You get 5 output lists. The first one is the one that you use for ordering. So this, in the past, we typically been just sending this to the company for synthesis of these oligo pools, but you could, of course, depending which company you use, it might be different, but this contains all the information you need there. Output for MAGEC is new, and this is the output that you use for analysis. So it's formatted in the way that MAGEC wants it. Full output is a little more clunky, but essentially contains all the information that was in the original library, so that could be interesting for you depending what's in there. Symbols not found is essentially this information, and run settings is essentially just showing all the settings you used. So if you're happy with what you've done or what you generated, and you can just download this into a folder, you order the library, you have all the information there that you need for the project. And just to make the point here, then you can download all of these ones, and I recommend that you do that, but you can also very rapidly just press show here and see how they look. So here, this is the one where you got your symbol in the first column. In the second column is symbol ID, where each guide is then given a specific, or each oligo is given a unique name, typically the gene name and then a number. And then you get sort of adapters and the spacer guide RNA sequences. And you can see here 10 negative controls included. And for example, this is how the MAGEC version output is. So with that was a very brief introduction to the software. I will get back with more advanced videos, but I hope that's good as an introduction. And thanks for watching.